The new French government of François Bayrou called for boldness in the cabinet's first meeting. Ukraine's military struck a Russian command post in the Kursk region, local media reported.
Poland's inauguration gala kicked off on Friday in the capital of Warsaw, marking Poland's presidency of the EU for the next 6 months. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk and the President of the European Council, Antonio Costa, both gave opening speeches. In a post on social media platform X, Costa said that the Polish presidency will prove that patriotism and European integration are interconnected. European Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen was unable to attend the gala. It comes after she was diagnosed with pneumonia and cancelled her engagements for the next 2 weeks. Also, the ambassador to Hungary was not present at the gala after Poland uninvited the ambassador following a diplomatic spat over political asylum. The Polish government has already presented its agenda, which includes the prioritization of the defense and security of Europe, the resistance to disinformation, migration at the EU external borders, and the environmental transition.
The executive calls for boldness and stability at the first cabinet meeting of the new French government of François Bayrou. As is the tradition, the cabinet meeting was preceded by a breakfast meeting at the Ministry of the Interior. The 35 ministers then crossed the streets side by side to join French President Emmanuel Macron at the Élysée Palace.
Ce gouvernement est né dans la tourmente d'une crise politique majeure. Vous connaissez le tableau, la censure, l'éclatement des majorités, la montée en puissance des extrêmes. Et c'est précisément dans ces tempêtes que chacun doit prendre ses responsabilités, sortir des positions inflexibles, des lignes rouges, disent certains, et faire le choix à la fois de l'exigence, mais aussi du dépassement plutôt que de l'obstruction.
The priority is the adoption of the 2025 budget. Rating agencies, financial markets, and the European Commission are also urging France to reduce its deficit in order to comply with EU fiscal discipline rules. The course has been set. The government wants to reduce its public deficit to 5.4% of the GDP in 2025. Devastated by Cyclone Chido, Mayotte is also waiting for a bill promised earlier this week by François Bayrou.
Local media reported that Ukraine's military struck a Russian command post in the Kursk region. Ukraine's general staff said the attack's goal was to weaken Russia's ability to carry out what he called terrorist acts against Ukrainian civilians. Kyiv also downed 2 Russian helicopters and damaged another in a sea drone attack, that is according to Ukraine's military intelligence agency. Meanwhile, Russian forces launched a ballistic missile attack on the outskirts of the city of Chernihiv. Local media reported that additional attacks also took place in the Kherson, Donetsk, and Zaporizhzhia regions. At least 4 were killed and 6 injured after Russia launched dozens of drones, including Iranian-designed Shahed drones overnight. Russia also targeted the Kharkiv region. Local authorities reported no civilian injuries but said infrastructure had been damaged.
Israeli strikes have killed 56 people in 24 hours in Gaza, with 30 on the night of Thursday to Friday, including in an Israeli-declared humanitarian zone where displaced people sheltered. 2 Hamas police officers, 8 members of local committees who helped secure aid convoys, and several children were killed. At the same time, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave the green light to send a delegation to Qatar to pursue ceasefire negotiations. The Israeli media announced that this delegation would leave on Friday. The Israeli military claims to have intercepted a missile early on Friday from Yemen, where Houthi rebels launched several attacks on Israel in recent weeks.